Hello, my name is Gala Martinez and I will be discussing the parts of the neuron cell. Here I have my neuron model and with each of the main elements. The neuron cell is composed mainly by 7 parts. I'm going to be explaining them. The first part we're going to discuss is the nucleus, which is the nucleus of the whole cell. And this nucleus is surrounded by the cell body, that is the silver thing that is around the nucleus. The cell body is surrounded by star-like branches that are dendrites. Then down this pink is called the axon. On these axon, there are myelin sheaths all around it. On these myelin sheaths, we can find Schwann cells, which are these pink puffs. And lastly, there are axon terminals, which is the axon, the pink, and axon terminals are each of these. And if you look closely, we can find synapses, which they are where cellular communication takes place.
Hi everyone, my name is Julián Racheta and I'll be talking about synapses in neurons. Synapses are specialized sites that mediate the communication between neurons. There are 2 types, the electrical synapses and chemical synapses. In this presentation, I'll be talking about chemical synapses. These types imply the interaction of a chemical substance called neurotransmitter that is released by a presynaptic neuron. And the capture is done through a protein called receptor. These receptors are in a postsynaptic neuron. For a better explanation, I made a 3D model. Let's take a look. The parts of chemical synapses process are the postsynaptic neuron, the receptors, the synaptic space where the process is made, the synaptic vessels, the presynaptic neuron, and the axon. The materials I used for this project was gray clay, parts of some Lego, some candy called nerds, wooden sticks, soap dispenser, silicone, and that's it.
Hi, my name is Javier Barrios and I'm going to be explaining the electrical synapse. So aside from the chemical synapse, in the electrical synapse there is no chemical mediator. And it also has a direct communication through channels or pores between cells. This synapse is not commonly seen in mammals. They are only located in places where the rhythmic or highly coordinated activity of some neuronal groups is necessary. Now I'm going to be showing the parts of the electrical synapse with this 3D model that I made. Here you can see the model as the entire structure with the names and everything. So first up we have the axon. The axon, which it's also found in the chemical synapse. Here in this structure we have also the cellular membrane that goes through the entire structure. It's the brown thing, the cellular membrane. Next in the middle here, going through the axon, we have the presynaptic cell, and down below here, this purple part of the structure is the postsynaptic cell. The presynaptic and postsynaptic membranes are very close together, as we can see here. Both of these are close together, and are actually physically connected by channel proteins called gap junctions, which are the gap junctions, as we can see here, the names. And the gap junctions, these little channels that we can see here. They are called the ionic channels. We have the name here, ionic channels. And that conforms the entire structure of the electrical synapse.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Martinez and I'm going to be talking about the 3 types of neurons which are divided and categorized according to their functionality. These are motor neurons, sensory neurons, and interneurons. The first one I'm going to be discussing are sensory neurons, which are in charge of taking information from outside organisms to the central and main nervous system. The most simple example of this function is when they transfer the feeling of touch from the skin to the cerebral cortex, where the information is then analyzed. The second type are motor neurons, which are responsible for taking information from the central nervous system to the peripheral organs or tissues, which is basically like the function of sensory neurons, but inverted. An example of this function is activating voluntary muscles. Lastly, we have interneurons that solely communicate with the other neurons, and these are most prevalent within the nervous system itself. Their function is of high significance as it is their responsibility to filter and merge information that is received by the nervous system.
Hi, my name is Freya Lehmann, and today I will be talking about the main function of the neurons. So the neurons are an important thing in our nervous system. This is because they are the main thing of our brain, as well as being the ones that transmit information to other parts of our body, such as nerve cells, muscles, and even gland cells. Within our nervous system, we can find axons and dendrites. So these two are responsible for receiving information from other cells, as well as transmitting information to other cells. So this can show us movement, learning, thinking, talking, or even anything that we do with our body. This is why neurons are a key element. They are the ones who send signals to our entire body so that we can do everyday things.